gentlemen, my name's Omar Badaway, and thanks for joining us here at No More Locked Doors. And today we have a subject that is probably gonna excite, piss off, upset, reveal a couple uncomfortable truths to some people, guys. Today we're talking about the uncomfortable truths of men and women. It just is what it is. Like I always say about these subjects, guys, please, especially women and men. Matter of fact, not even especially women. Men and women. Take your emotions out of it. Just take your emotions out of it and think about it logically. Think about what you see every day. Think about your situation. Think about your son. What do you want for him? If you have children, what kind of woman do you want for your son? And think about what I'm speaking about, and really look out into the world and just understand that it's the world we live in. We just have to accept it. It's not about good or bad. It's not about, evil and not men are good, women are better, men are better. It's not about that. That gender war, it's not about that. All right? It's just about the truths. So, let's get into it. Men and women, I want you guys to ask yourself, all right? If you agree with anything that I'm talking about or disagree, just put it in the comments and let's have a conversation. So, men and women, spoken about very constantly on the Fresh and Fit podcast, if you guys listen to it, about how women and men are not the same. I don't even know how that's a big discussion. Wow, women and men are not the same. I would assume that anybody that has common sense understands that. Like, let's be for real. We're not the same. We might have some similarities, but women are better at certain things and men are better at certain things. I mean, come on. Be for real. Now, so they speak about how women are born with value. And if you don't understand that, Kevin Samuels speaks about this, Richard Cooper. I've learned all this from these people. You can check the facts, you can look out into the world, you can think about it in your own mind, own common sense. Women are born with value, meaning that all they have to do is protect it, maintain it. So when they try to lock down the opposite sex for marriage, they have value. That value is their purity. Back in the day, it was almost like you can almost guarantee you're gonna have a virgin. We're not saying that every woman should be a virgin. No, just your notch count. Your notch count matters. Sorry, it matters. The notch count matters. And I don't understand that if you think it doesn't matter, like, come on. Of course it matters. Women are more concerned with a man's future. Men are more concerned with a woman's past. Makes sense? Why? Why are men worried about women's past and women are worried about men's future? Because women are looking for a man who can lead, who can provide, protect, take care of the family, bring home the bacon, right? So that's why they're worried about a man's future, what he is going to become, what he is now, his potential. A man is worried about, first, not being cuckolded, which is, not raising a baby that you think is yours and it's not. Raising another man's baby and you don't even know, you think it's your child. That's what a man's worried about. That's why he's worried about your purity. Also, a man has to step into the world with his head held high, trying to put a notch into the universe. He wants to make sure that the woman that's standing next to him, people aren't laughing at him. Like, oh, I had her. Oh yeah, I still call her this week. I just called her last week. Come on. And if you don't think that that's right, please, we're going to have common sense conversations here, guys. Yes, men care about the way they present themselves out into the world. And the woman that's standing next to him, he wants her to represent him. So obviously, he doesn't want her past to be crazy and everybody knows about it. You understand? I think that's very reasonable. Because she's looking at him, she doesn't care about his past. She wants to make sure that he is somebody who can lead, provide, protect. That is why women are born with value. They just have to maintain it. They have to hold on to it. They have to stay looking good, go to the gym, work out, stay fit, stay healthy, even after you have the child. Keep your appearance up. Stay looking right for your man. And the man is supposed to go out there and do what he's supposed to do and put a notch in the universe so the woman has the option, yes, I said option, to stay at home with the kids and raise them and play her feminine role, or go out and work if she wants to. But it's on the man to make sure that he provides her those options. Now, why are men not born with value and they have to attain value? It's very simple. When you look at a 20-year-old man who might just be going to college or in the middle of it, you're looking at his potential. You're looking at what he can become because you want that provision and for him to provide. So a man hits his financial, prime between the ages of 45 and 55 is when he's going to make the most money that he's, going to make in life. He hits his financial, top. 45 and 55. So obviously, a man gets his value later on in life after he puts in the work and achieves something. That's when the woman looks at him as attractive. Oh, look at this man. He's a great man. He put a dent in the universe. He's leading. He's, that alpha male that they're looking for. Unfortunately, a lot of women don't hold on to that man in his younger years when he's starting, when he's putting all this together. They don't hold on to him and move with him through life. That's when you see people were married for 20, 30, 40 years. Because a woman would marry the man young and hold on to him. And they would move through life, through the ups and the downs. That's what marriage is. Instead now, if that does happen, marrying young, then the woman ends up leaving him because, he's not what she wants. But he can't be that yet. He's still young. His age is the time to put in the work is what's going to get him value. Women have to understand that. The work that he puts in and everything is what's going to result in his value later on in life. Now understand, women, the men you're with is your choice. If you're there with a man who's laying down, eating Doritos and not doing shit with his life, that's your decision. You're staying. You chose him. So I'm not saying that there's men that aren't lazy, Nah, there's men that are pieces of shit that don't do nothing, but there are also women who are like that. So we have to separate the two. Now, another thing. You guys are not gonna like this, but just please look at it. Now, there are outliers. The way men and women age. Unfortunately, women, unfortunately, your prime years, your prime, where you're the most attractive, the most supposed to be, the most physically fit, the purest, that's gonna land between the ages of 18 to 27. 18 to 27. Maybe you can push to 30, but even then it's a little scary for men because of that window where you can have children and where it starts getting dangerous after 35. So when women age at, 18 to 27 is their prime years. They're the most beautiful, everything. Unfortunately, women, as you get older, beauty fades. Now, yeah, you can keep it up and maintain it as best as you can to the best. And there's some beautiful, amazing, beautiful older women. But you cannot tell me that in their 20s, they weren't way more of a bombshell. Now, for men, we kind of get the opposite end of that, which is something that benefits men. You can't hate on it. It just is what it is. Biologically, it happened like that. Men kind of age like fine wine. They get older, and as long as they care about themselves, maintain their health, don't get obese, don't get fat, they're not smoking cigarettes, drinking sodas, downing beers and pizzas, and, at 55, they expect to feel like they're 20 and look amazing. No. A man that's on his purpose and trying to put a dent in the universe, making great money, that man is taking care of himself also. He wants to live a good life. So he's aging, and, some men get that salt and pepper hair. Some men fill into their grown man body. Women, you know what I'm talking about. That older man look where you look at, he just look mature. He looks very, he's just that older image of a man. I guess like that James Bondish older look. You guys know what I'm talking. A lot of women are attracted to that. And those men are the ones who are finally accomplished. They're old enough to have had all those years to attain all the things they need in life. So they're living a great life. And the woman that will be by their side could be a 20-year-old while they're 40. But they can do that. They have options. It is what it is. So as a man ages, he actually gets better. It's like a man has two different primes. A man has their young years, their prime years, where they're super athletic and can, do all these sports. But then they have their older prime years, where they're just mature and wiser and knowledgeable and can have that sophisticated look that, a lot of women are attracted to. Now, unfortunately, that's just what happened in life, guys. I'm not the creator. And if you're like, no, you're tripping, just come on. Think about it. Take your emotions out of it and just really think about it. This information isn't coming from nowhere, guys. Now, something else. This is more of a question that I just want to put out there because it used to be opposite. Like, do you think women value being with a man in a relationship with a man? Because I can tell you that those Disney fairy tales, from back in the day, the princess, the glass slipper, she ends up with the prince, all those Disney fairy tales that men think that women think of their wedding day, they draw it up, they want a nice, charming prince to scoop them up and save them. That Disney fairy tale, women don't want that. It's nowadays, it's like men actually want wives, and they want that white picket fence and the dog and the kids with a loyal, trustworthy woman that loves him for him. And a woman hears that and she's like, you're corny. You're corny. Get out of here, man. I need a man. I need a man. And if you could say, no, women don't say that. Come on. Come on. That man that gets you flowers and I'll do anything for you, whatever you need. I'll put you first. I'll die without you. If you leave me, I don't know what I would do. I'd kill myself if you left me. I couldn't survive without you. That man, or the man that doesn't put you first, but puts you right there as he protects you. He provides for you and he leads the family, and you can count on him for anything. Anything that happens to this family, you know this man has it for, he got your back. You're his wife. These are his kids. He's that alpha male that you know no matter what. No matter how much you break down as a woman, you can look at your husband and know he's a man. Or that man that will leave his purpose and put you first and run to your every beck and call. They say that you want to make a woman miserable? Give her everything she ever wanted. You want to make a woman miserable? Give her everything she ever wanted. Hey guys, think about it. Now, this is just facts right here, guys. Men and women obviously process emotion differently. They actually have it linked up as women will go, say any circumstance that arises, women will do instinct will come first, then they'll go to emotion. They go from instinct to emotion, then they go to processing and reacting to that emotion. That's how it processes for women. So, their instinct kicks in, then their emotion kicks in, and then the process and how to handle it after the emotion. Men, the instinct kicks in, the instinct kicks in, but then the process kicks in and they handle it. Then at the end, the emotion. Then they sit back and think about what they did and was it the right thing to do? Was it the wrong thing? And they get emotional about it. So women go instinct, emotion, reaction or process. Men go instinct, reaction or process, emotion. That's how it works. And I think everybody, I don't think you should react off emotion. I think you should think about the best outcome to the circumstance and react off of that. And then you can be emotional about it later. But no matter what, I think you should do what's best for the situation. Now, guys, the last thing I just want to say is, if you don't agree with this stuff, and if you look at it differently, I just want you to think of that feminism movement, right? Because I truthfully, I agree with the first wave, like first and like second, maybe a little bit of the second wave feminism movement. I agree with it, especially the first wave. Women and men are equal, it should be treated equal, like equal rights to vote, to drive, to lead, to work, to leave the house. Women should have equal rights as men. Absolutely. I agree with that. But now this third and fourth wave feminism, it's literally turning men into women. It's turning men into women, but it's even worse. It's turning women into men. And if you're like, no, that's not what's happening, just because they want better jobs and, CEO type corporate positions, and that's fine, ladies. My mother has positions like that. But then she plays her feminine role outside of her job, like to the T. You can be in those positions, ladies, but just remember, you're ladies, you're women. Be strong women. But stop this whole, we don't need no man. Come on, we all need each other. And the thing that's different about men when it comes to this is men usually just look at the situation and say, okay, I guess I have to rise to the situation. I'll just deal with it. For instance, me right now, I was looking at my past, at everything that I've been through in my life, and the way the world is working now, and I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm just gonna arise. I'm gonna make myself part of that 10%. You wanna be able to do what you want in the world? Go get you some fuck you money. That's what you need. You wanna do whatever you want? Go get some fuck you money. See how the world acts then. It's your oyster. That's just a fact, guys. It's a fact. But here at No More Locked Doors, I love you guys. I'm just trying to put facts and statistics out there. And for this situation between men and women, I really want you guys to just look and pay attention. I don't want like a war or a battle between men and women. That gender war shit did nothing but hurt us all. I think it's all better when we were actually family, a wife and a husband and their children. I think that's the most beautiful thing. That's my opinion, at least. But now I know the system. I've been married. I've been a stepfather. Like Kevin Samuels says, it's a thankless job. No matter how you look at it, even in the best outcomes, it's a thankless job. And women don't really appreciate it anymore. They think it's obligated for the man to take care of a single mother and her child. It's just, guys, I want men and women just to be men and women. These, like you said, these corporate women who chase success and everything, statistics report that they're unhappier. They're unhappy. Even when they chase success and they make it, they're unhappy because they're not in their natural comfort. Family, kids, they usually pass on all that stuff. And by the time they look up, they're 45. They might even be a millionaire. They might have their own successful business. They're 45 with no kids, no husband, can barely get a date. It's not cool. I want our women to be loved and cared for, to be taken care of if they need it. And to also be guided through life. A man is supposed to lead a woman, and a woman is the only one that can take a man beyond his potential. Guys, we have to see this so we can fix it. That's what I want. We have to see it first so we can fix it. All right? I love you guys. I'll see you next episode.